we are here at Coventry Oval on the 6th of October 2018 to watch Diamond Creek versus Macleod in the B grade round 1 of the 2018-19 season. You are watching Channel 8, the local sports network, and I, Chukka Wilson, welcome you to this broadcast. And out come the batsmen. So, what happened with the toss, Haydos?
Well, Diamond Creek won the toss earlier today and have actually elected to bowl in this instance there. Probably taking advantage of the fact that we're not too sure how the ground will play this early in the season. So they should want to have a look at what Macleod do and take advantage of that there. Backing their bowlers in to do the job, but then also having a look as well for the run chase. And it's an interesting call. I mean, when you think about the larger ground, you don't necessarily want to be caught chasing, but it's not always the best.
So out come the Diamond Creek fielders. Okay, so we've got our first bowler just doing some warm-ups. Alright, first ball of the season. First ball of the season, and
that is well there, but what they are saying do better than ever, as we see Ellison come in. What they're doing better than ever there is that they are starting to get...
wow. Hey.
So I think it will suit him well, having him in different grades.
Hmm. Four runs. Wow. Now that is a clear sign of how Coventry Oval to bounce out of the pitch.
Exactly right, it's one of his features.
Wow. Another terrific
well over the infield. Should be three. We'll see if they turn. They will come.
Really excellent running.
Good chase there by one of the recruits.
Towards you, and then get into position.
It should get to the boundary there. Not the fanciest way to score a boundary in cricket. The ball skidded on.
Dan is absolutely magnificent.
Great to hear. Should be three with a long boundary there, and they have got it.
You're going 2 runs and over by the first 10 overs. This is much more than that.
There. The fact that you don't have a billion, just have to get changed in the scorers area, it's not fantastic.
Just two sheds, grassy hill, not far from the Lawn Bowls car park.
This could be at least two. Hasn't necessarily travelled deep, but the fact there was no one near that square leg spot for the moment, and they will comfortably get through. Moves on to 28 now. 28 for 34, so playing a big. This should travel, although it's holding up.
Well, holding up.
It's going to be a big test here for Elsing in his captaincy there. So we've seen 3 shots in a very similar area, and ideally, especially in
Indeed.
It'll be another 3, you would have thought. They've run the first one hard, so they're well controlled, and we'll get a third. Moves on to 4 now. His partner on 39.
Don't need to be a great spinner, just need to be very tight and
back on strike. Very loose delivery then from Mitch Elsing there. Full bugger. And,
slog it through, and indeed he did. And a slower ball to mix it up a bit.
But he'll back his line to have 5 on the offside rather than need to swing one across the leg side.
So both times being hit just outside.
Instructions from the fieldsman there about what they want.
Mating an inferior opponent. And that is what not to do.
One thing that it does pose is that, as we know, there are modified
Square leg and a very straight, fine leg. On the offside we've got a gully, point, cover point, shortish cover, and mid wicket. Threes. Not major, but just a little dip. Ooh. Ooh. Bit of an inside edge onto that.
McCormick going to his 3rd over, none for 5 so far.
Wow. Wow, wow, wow. And it trickles to the fence with no rope forward of the wicket.
Too short for the pace, that one. Dirk has certainly got the chocolate so far, but you just sense that he's getting their confidence up with the footwork.
That could have been a disaster.
And we have our first bye of the summer.
30. Some nice aggressive batting, but they just aren't able to get...
The way they were scoring the runs is now being cut up with the short mid-wicket. We just score runs to this side of the field. Apart from that.
And it treacles over.
All right for your third slip. Apart from that, you're going to have to score through the leg side. Good over for the
We're going back for the final ball of the over.
Miss out on a run out, but still a good 10 over. Sorry, 8 overs.
32nd over, Elizabeth Street end.
Worked away so they could very well get the boundary, and they will.
Excellent stuff. Once again, Wells dropping it short, and with his lack of pace, well, quite large to get a 140 score right now.
Only about 5 and over they would take at this point. I'm not sure they're going to get it off Kenan the way he's been bowling today. Definitely.
It was a short third man, short cover, point, extra cover. They were going at 4 runs and over. They were 1 for 50.
So we're on the money, adding Kenan to 8. Could be a little bit more flexible. Cover for your deep mid wicket.
Yes. So, if you hit the ball
So the new man to the wicket there is Turnbull. That was beautifully struck there by Cleary there. That's the hard hands that I mentioned before.
the batsman hasn't been focused. The batsmen haven't been focusing on that. It's quite a very late, getting a lot of outside edges, and I don't want to concede runs down to third man.
A little bit streaky there, but at this point in the innings, Picton finding himself a boundary there halfway. It's not quite a short third man, but by no means an easy single.
The 37th over. Ooh. Deep-ish, and
So at third man at the moment is Luff. He'll play an important role.
batsman, just a little bit of movement is very devious.
I'd like to say he worked it down to third man wide, but
At the Nillumbik end,
got McCormick here for his 5th over and of course last. It's not the best single either because starting to get towards that 120. And we've won the go and bowl, and they're effectively your 5th bowler with Wells bowling all 8.
here we go, first ball. Batsman was able to drive it and get off the mark.
Should be at least a couple here. Maybe think about number 3. Look at that.
Very smart running there. Doing the role that they think they do when they're under someone else's captaincy. And so then, when you become captain,
No, great piece cricket all around. Probably a little bit too loose.
the stumps so often, mostly just attacking the outside off stump region.
That's of course what can go wrong if you get your line wide outside off, and we have our first boundary of the run chase.
Just creeps slowly but surely to the fence.
That was a better length, but it's going to cop the same treatment there from Brown.
Basically the same part of the ground, twice.
So after 7, Diamond Cricket got the momentum back in this run chase. They're 21. Those are all those half chances, aren't they? Macleod getting the job done in the second round, in the second bout, after Diamond Creek won their first flash. He should travel short. No, he's got there. So for the 10 overs, the Demons, north for 27.
Pierces the gap at square leg. The two fielders have to chase it down.
I have hustled back for a third though, so one of the things that we thought Brandon would test it. He should be able to get a third here. I would have thought he'd cut off inside. He has, so we'll pick up a third.
Well, out of nowhere, just bowled.
It's a lovely shot.
Well, that's magnificent. 4 fielders in the covers, and you pierce it. Much faster than on a classical Coventry Oval green. Ooh.
Two more in this patch here. We're starting to work our way back in it slowly. Nothing too convincing, especially that one, but needs to come with wickets.
Surprise boundary there. University students will be off on their 4-month summer holidays.
That's squeezed through point. They could look for a third here. They've got a couple of agile men at the cricket, and they may even think about adding to the third. Oh, we have gotten to the boundary.
And then, of course, their primary school. Oh dear. Oh dear.
He's come straight to play.
Oh, that was lucky.
Big lofted drive there for Belzy. That's just what the doctor ordered for this, to break the patch of maidens. And after 18, the Demons, 59 for 1. Into play, certainly brings caught in front of the wicket into play, so definitely increases those chances of wicket. Comfortable 3 from Wells. Kudos to the cameraman for nailing that one. It was fantastic last time. Probably close to BOG when it comes to the. Everyone else has just been even threes.
I lost that one, the cameraman.
Give him a rap and look what he does.
Yes.
One other thing as well, as we watch this one go out to point for a couple, is that Diamond Creek Surds, having become premiers last year, they're not bringing in necessarily players who aren't up to scratch. They're bringing in guys who have had success.
Oh dear.
That's much like our upper buys moment. Will no doubt go itself into the highlights. Just
Over.
maybe it's time to have mid on, up catching, see if you can get a wicket that way. Although your bowler needs to back you up if you're going to have no deep backward square. It will get there. Top glance there. It's exactly what you want from your leg glance, is to make sure you understand the field you're against. They'll find gaps accordingly. We'll pick up 3.
gets scored slowly but surely. And that's the second time the bowler has tried the dart ball, and
beautifully struck down the ground. That's exactly what the doctor ordered there for the Demons. A few really tight overs.
which we saw a previous one like that in the previous over.
And back to back. Dale Wells, has he gone back to back? Yes. And this is a pace and the right arm style of it. They're taking advantage of it. More for Wells. That's a triple dose of boundaries there from Wells. And up and over again. We'll have a fourth boundaries over, and we will. Well, the game was sort of looking for this. Sort of prodding at the game, saying, give me something. He's got up and over again. This might be the winning runs. Oh, we've got a tie game. So after 30.
No real change of the field, except long off has come to long on, to mid on. And the players are now shaking hands. We don't need to worry about scoring errors. So that is the end of the game, and it's come in a flurry. Suddenly we went from thinking that it might be in the last couple of overs that the winning run might be scored, but now with a significant number of balls remaining.
Yes, Dale Wells certainly did turn it on there in that last over from Brodder, and it did seem like a strange decision to keep him on. Thought, yeah, last roll of the dice, go with Cleary. If they happen to hit Cleary for those few runs, then so be it. You sort of wear that. But to stick with the same bowler, it did seem like a strange tactic from Bozzo, and maybe not his best day at the office as skipper.
Well, the day has come to an end. Diamond Creek have defeated Macleod by 9 wickets, and you are watching Channel 8, the local sports network. Damien, Haydos, Hayden, thank you very much for coming down to Melbourne. I know you have a very busy schedule filled with obligations, filled with media performances all across the world, and it's very good to have you come down to Melbourne for this moment to commentate here for Channel 8, the local sports network.
Been an absolute pleasure, Chukka. Glad to be here.
And so now it is time for us to say goodbye, and we will see you next week for the next game in the tournament. So until then, it is goodbye from us, Channel 8, the local